Somebody said he's not Black American. You are imposing a name to him that you don't even know how it come about. A lot of them woke up to that name. They knew nothing about the name. And the person is coming out now to tell you it is not our name, and you're saying that is their name. How dare you? They didn't name themselves African Americans. That name, that label was given to them. But for many of them, it doesn't fit. They are not from Africa. They don't know what country. They don't even know that tribe. They don't even know the language. They are Black Americans, born in America, raised there, and built that place by themselves. And it's time to actually say it loud and clear without apology. They are not African Americans. They are not African Americans. They are Black Americans. They now made it foundational Black Americans. No, these are no peace. Come on, let's not have issues with this. They are not. They aren't Africans by experience or culture. They are Blacks from a unique style, a unique culture, and a unique legacy. Uh-uh. Right there in America, they have their culture, their legacy, and everything. Please do not stop it.
I'm going to keep on telling the world, stop calling us African Americans. I don't care if that's from anybody, the government, non-Black Americans, other Americans. Stop calling us African American. We are not from Africa. We are from America. My ancestors been here millions of years, thousands of years. This is Black Americans' land. Every part of America is Black American land. If you keep unearthing history and statues and all kind of symbols, those are Black people artifacts found in America. America, South America and North America have older pyramids than Egypt. Think about that. America been had pyramids going back thousands and millions of years ago. They been had pyramids. But we was always taught the only pyramids in the world are found in Egypt. That's bullshit. It's so many pyramids in America. It's more pyramids in America than it is in Africa or so-called Egypt. When you think about stuff, the power of Black Americans, now it's getting felt even more. Now everybody want to attach themselves to Black Americans. Now everybody want to get reparations with Black Americans. Now everybody want to ride our coattails for justice that the government have placed wars on my people going back for centuries. Now everybody want to claim a piece of this land. Now everybody want to be tribes just like Black Americans. We are the Indians of this land. My people was here first, long before anybody walked this soil on America. So again, we tell people, without due respect, stop calling us African American. We are foundational Black Americans. Everybody, have a great day.
How y'all doing? My name is Raekwon Diamond Kamal, and I've been hearing a lot online about foundational Black Americans versus African immigrants that come here to America and settle and become African Americans. Now, myself personally, I don't have a problem with it because this is the truth. The only difference between foundational Black Americans and African immigrants is we were here longer. That's the only difference. But we are from Africa, the same as they are from Africa. You see, some Blacks have this ideal that because our cultures are different, we cannot be put in the same category. Sorry, that's hogwash. That's bull. Okay? You see, Black does not describe our culture. It describes our race. If you are a melanated person across the world, you're considered Black. And they don't care what country you're from. I'm sorry, this is just the truth. They don't care where you're from. You're Black. Okay? Regardless if you're from Africa or anywhere else where your skin just happen to be melanated, they see you, they go Black. Okay? So Black does not describe our culture. American describes our culture. African describes our ancestry or where our bloodline is from. Okay? And unfortunately, it appears that out of all the different groups on this planet, we're the only ones that have a problem with it. Okay? Asian American culture is not the same as Chinese, Korean, or Japanese culture. It's not the same. But do you hear Asian Americans claim or deny or run from the fact that they're Asian? No, they don't. They're Asian American, and they're cool with it. You definitely don't see white people whose culture is definitely different from European culture. White American culture is not the same as European culture. Very different. But you don't hear white Americans being ashamed of their European culture. We just have a problem with it. I don't. As a matter of fact, my family got rid of their slave names and took back African last names. That's why my last name is now Kamal. And I'm so proud of my African last name. It's from Kenya. I love it. So, look, just know this. The only difference between African immigrants and us is that we were here longer. Only difference, but we're all still from Africa, making us all African American. And I'm cool with that. In the meanwhile, I know some of you might have some problem with it. I really don't care. But please, take care of yourselves and start loving one another. Talk to y'all later.
The fact that some Africans don't think African Americans are American is crazy to me. Because, you know, a Dominican that lives in the Dominican Republic is a Dominican, right? You know, a Haitian that lives in Haiti is Haitian, right? The same way that an African American is a American, because we live in America. We are Americans. We are African Americans. And I've been seeing a lot of videos about this, which I do understand, because I'm not ignorant to how somebody's trying to explain something to the best of their knowledge. I understand that, like, people who live in different areas of the world, they try to explain and categorize things in a certain way, which I do understand that, but you have to respect whatever country that is and how things function in that country. Like, I would not go up to a Puerto Rican and they're dark skin like me and call them black. And that's not, they don't understand that, because they don't say that there. Like, that's not a thing that they say. If you say black, that's a thing that we say in America. I would call them what they are supposed to be called because of how their country functions. But I wouldn't go to somebody's country and call them something that they're not. Like, I would be appropriate to how their culture does things, as long as it's not disrespecting any guidelines with my religion. I'm going to call you whatever you guys do over here. You know what I mean? And I just feel like there's a lot of Africans that are low-key trying to attack us black people. And I think it's kind of weird, because it kind of give, like, are you salty that you didn't come over here? Like, what's really going on? Like, really, genuinely, like, is you mad that they didn't put you on a ship and get you over here? Like, that ain't nothing to be bragging about, but y'all be itching to come to America. That's really what be shocking. Y'all want to live over here. Like, I don't get it, because I want to move, but y'all want to come over here. So
Tomorrow I was in somebody's comment section, and the comment was like, oh, what ethnicity is she? And I replied, she's Eritrean and African American. And then somebody else replied to my comment saying, you can drop the term African. We're going by Black American now. We're actually straying away from the term African American. Like, bitch, no, you can drop the term African American. Unlike y'all, I'm not embarrassed of my African ancestry. Unlike y'all, I'm not embarrassed of being African American. I sometimes use Black American and African American interchangeably. Depends on which one I'm feeling that day, but it's how I self-identify, so I can self-identify and say whatever I want to say. I'm of African descent by way of America on my mom's side, of African descent by way of Panama on my dad's side. So both ways, I'm of African descent. Y'all gotta stop this diaspora wars bullshit. You are African American, of African descent, born in America. That's what that means. Of African descent. You are a descendant of African enslaved people. Yes, I understand the importance of Black American culture. I started a Black student union. I love Black American culture. But also, before Black American culture, there was African culture. And a lot of our Black American culture comes from African culture. Like, why are you ashamed and embarrassed to be associated with Africa? The fuck? You're Black. You're still gonna be Black. Even if you change it to Black American, you are still of African descent.
Black Americans are the real natives of the United States and also South America. And the red natives, they don't want to talk about it. I have seen radio silence from the red Siberian natives. You want to know why? Because the Muskogee tribe, after they lost in court to the black Muskogee, when they tried to kick out the black Muskogee, they had to admit there were black natives. Even the Cherokee are saying it, and now the Choctaw are saying it. Wait a minute, you told me there were no black natives. You said I was a pretendian. I was a long-lost African. That's what you told me. You said this shit. I heard this shit. I responded to this shit. I've had video sticks with that same bullshit message. And now all of a sudden we see that, whoa, even over in England, even over in freaking Europe, all the people over there were black. That was a perplexing discovery just made as of last month, and nobody wants to talk about it. Why? Motherfucker, why? Why don't you want to talk about the study that was done by the University of California at Riverside in conjunction with the University of Oregon with professors like Ed Booth, who discovered that, yeah, there were black people in South America. Even the Mayan language is really kind of African. Even your gods and goddesses are kind of African. You go over to Brazil, samba, go listen to samba and go listen to freaking African music. It sounds almost virtually identical. Even you go over to Mexico with the freaking merengue drums. Come on now. Pinto beans are not Mexican. Okay? Even your so-called Spanish rice is just jollof with freaking tomatoes in it. That's all it is. Yes, we've been here. We've been here for a long time. You go look up a picture of the Mission Indians of California and you tell me that's not a black tribe. Them black folks, we've been here for the longest time and it makes the most sense. What the hell do you think out of Africa means? Yes, everybody, if you trace your lineage, it goes back to Africa.
That don't make you African. You don't go over to fucking Jamaica and be like, well, you know what? Hello, my fellow African. They be like, Bumba Clyde, and snap the fuck out of you, and you would goddamn deserve it. No. We had our own ethnogenesis right here. Right here. There's a reason why the freaking Australian indigenous people look so black. There's a reason why so many people in freaking India look black. There's a reason why you've always found black people in freaking Egypt, South America, North America. Even Europe, as you're seeing, with all these white people, they all started off as Negroes, and yet for some reason the red natives here thought they were the fucking exception. No, you only started this bullshit in the late 70s, in the early 80s, because you got those first casinos, and you wanted to cut us out of all that goddamn money like the bastards you are. That's the truth. We are the real fucking natives, and you already said it.
Let's talk traveling around black. So I just went through passport control, right? So he's asking me, where are you from? Mind you, he has my American passport in his hand. I said, America. He said, no, where are you really from? I said, America. He said, do you understand what I'm asking you? I said, yeah, black Americans have been in America over 400 years. Y'all, everybody love to get on this app and talk about how Americans ignorant, how when I tell you people from other countries do not know any more about America than Americans know about their country, I literally mean that. The fact that people still think black Americans are immigrants to America is insane. Then, to take it further, he starts examining my passport closely to see if it was fake, like rubbing his finger across the pages. Oh, no, I'm good. Yep, thank you. Rubbing his fingers across the pages to see if any ink, and y'all, my bad, I've been flying, my face probably filthy, was going to come off on his finger. And then he was like, well, what's this? Because, you know, on your passport, it's put your state that you was born in on there too, right? So he was like, well, what's this? I said, America has 50 states. That's one of the states in America. Like, yeah. And then you know how the new passports have that like extra security holographic looking page or whatnot. So he's tilting it to see if he can see the security features. Like, child, are we serious right now? But yeah, travel while black.
This is a call to action to all B1 ethnic Black Americans. We are no longer accepting the name African American. We are not African American, and I don't know what Jesse Jackson was thinking back then, because we've never really liked the term anyway. What we need to do is, on a nationwide level, we need to petition the courts, petition the census, submit what we need to do legally to the government to change our name. We no longer want to be called African American. Cross out African American wherever you can on a form and rewrite either ethnic Black American, ADOS, foundational, whatever you choose, indigenous, Sulan. Do not accept this name anymore. It is time for us to reclaim our identity and call ourselves what we feel comfortable with, so other people cannot come and tether themselves to our struggle, our fight, and our advancement that our ancestors died and struggled for. This is not working for us anymore. So what we need to do again is, whenever you can, cross out on a paper. If you can write in ethnic Black American. If you want to do something else, that's fine. I'm not going to argue with you about what you choose to call yourself. But do not write or accept African American anymore. Ethnic Black Americans need to rise, unite, and advance in the way that we were chosen to do so.
I had made a comment last night where I was like, there's a difference between being a Black American and being an African American. African American being you are a descendant of American chattel slavery. Black American meaning that you are a Black person who is either born or raised in America or immigrated to America but are from another place. People in my comments are coming in telling me that I'm wrong because they're saying that African American and Black American, I'm confusing them. Let me explain it to you real quickly. All African Americans are Black Americans. All Black Americans are not African American. African American is the ethnic group. Someone asks, how is African American an ethnic group? Because African Americans are descendants of American chattel slavery, which is why we were in that gray area of not being colonizers, because we were brought here, but also not being native to the land. But being that we have been in America for so long, we are ethnically American, which is why almost all African Americans have at least 25% European DNA in them because of American chattel slavery. So yeah, but our ancestors were calling themselves Black American. Black is the race. African American is the ethnicity. Just like how you can be born and raised in America but have Black parents from Panama who came here, would not make you African American. It would make you Black American because your race is Black. So yes, the ancestors calling themselves Black American is literally the same thing as calling themselves African American, because they are talking about the racial and ethnic group, which are African Americans who are descendants of American chattel slavery. You have to differentiate when you're talking to, because of immigration. People are acting slow. With immigration and how many Black people come into America, you cannot call all of us Black and think that we're all talking about being African American. No, you have to differentiate, because again, ethnic group, race. Everybody is a part of the race. Everybody is not a part of the ethnic group. Okay, I hope that makes a lot more sense. So if you're a African American and you want to call yourself a Black American or a Salonian, that's fine. No one's going to stop you. But the actual classification for our ethnic group would still be African American, because again, Black is our race. It's not our ethnic group. So yes, it would make sense that a lot of our ancestors were calling themselves Black American because they were referring to their race, but not their ethnic group, because their race is Black. Again, using race versus ethnicity, all of us are Black. All of us are not African American. And when you dive deeper and you talk about immigration, it would make sense that our ancestors were calling themselves Black Americans, because when did Black people start migrating to America? When did Jamaicans start coming into America? So the news articles that y'all are pulling up are pre-immigration for Black people. It wouldn't make sense to try to really have this argument when you're using your croissant.
So America has put out that new census report differentiating African Americans from the different type of melanated people from islands and actually from Africa. And some people are confused on like, why? Baby, because they're trying to get ahead of things. They're trying to give us the truth, even though we're already discovering the truth. They're trying to possibly prevent us from wanting to correct our statuses, where you differentiated us from African American to the other types of melanated people. Baby, give us our titles back. And actually, don't give us shit. Don't give us shit, because we're going to still take it. We're still going to take it. Yeah, we're still going to take it, because we're not even African Americans. We don't want your reclassification. No. We want our land back, and we want our titles back. We want our ability to be able to operate freely on our land. So if you think you're doing us a big one by differentiating us and letting the world know that we're actually African Americans, no, baby. Do us the biggest one and get the f out of here. Okay? But to anyone who is confused, it is because out where y'all all think we look alike, honey, a lot of us don't come from Africa. And if our DNA does come from Africa, is because our ancestors migrated here, possibly through the Grand Canyon, but it's okay. Different topic, different story, different day, but we were here. And many of us can trace our genealogy many generations right here on American soil. And before 1865, before they came, doing stuff, doing the mostest to the hostess, we were already here. And we didn't go by African American. So while they think they're differentiating us, they put our real titles up there. Give us back. Don't give us shit. We're taking it.
I'm confused here. So when I look at forms and people are categorized by their race or ethnicity, I see African American. Okay, so on so many comments on my videos, many of you are saying, don't call us Africans. Don't call us African Americans. Don't call us Black Americans. And now you are saying we are Black Americans, not African Americans. And some others are saying that they are FBAs, which I've come to learn means Foundational Black Americans. What do you want me to call you? I don't... Help me, please. What do you want me to call you? I'm not sure. If you are all the same group of people, which I know you are, and I really appreciate this conversation, and if you are all the same group of people, you say you're united, you don't want Africans, that's fine. But what should we call you? What should we call you? Not Africans, I get. African Americans, maybe. Black Americans, maybe, maybe not. Now, FBAs, Foundational Black Americans, that is a new one for me. So please help me here. What should we call you? What exactly are you?
It is kind of jacked up to find out that, people around the globe thought that African Americans were immigrants. That's pretty jacked up. Like, all this time y'all thought we were immigrants? I don't understand even why people would think that, because here you have the whole Caribbean, the whole South America, and then we have North America right here. And you would think that, okay, yeah, I mean, everybody else is cool. You know what I'm saying? Jamaicans are Jamaicans, Haitians are Haitians, you know what I'm saying? Why on earth would people think that we are immigrants when we got over here before the founding of the country? Why in the world would people think that we're immigrants? African Americans, I mean. Okay? That is so weird. Like, and to see how it actually affected how they voted I mean, this really opened up a can of worms right here. This really did open up a can of worms. It affected how they voted. It affected all the things they would say about us for a long period of time. Like, they really thought that we were the immigrants of the United States of America. So how is it that people would think we are immigrants? That makes absolutely no sense. All this time. And see now, then when I saw that Cuban lady on here talking about you know what? African Americans are the only ones who can help us. For the longest time, we have been clowning African Americans, blah, 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 and they're the only ones that can help us. They can't be deported. So, even though the video was honestly true, right? But when you say that, right? You said that out your mouth, right? That means that the only reason why you would even try to be around us at this point is to secure your status here? After talking all that trash? She was talking about Cubans. I'm going to specifically say she was talking about Cuban America. She was talking about Cubans, okay? Nobody else. I don't want to put all the whole lot. She was talking about that because she was Cuban. She said, I've always been with them, but you know, if you're going to kiss anybody's butt, you're going to have to kiss Black American butt. What? This thing is blowing my mind, really. Because the fact that, because I did a whole video about this and I was telling someone from out of the country, talking about when we come over to the country, we like to align with white people because that's where we get our success from. And I said flat out, said, you do not get your success from white people. White people don't even want you. You get your success from Black people. That just went completely over a lot of people. Say just like, they're like, how in the world is that? I mean, it seems like the globe does not consider us. And then they would always say, what kind of power do you have? What kind of power do African Americans have? Do you not realize? Do you not realize that there's white people in Congress? And then guess what? Guess who's next? Guess who has the most power in Congress? Black Americans. Now I understand. Now I understand that the globe, many, probably the majority, just thought we were just over here. Just thought we were just over here. And now it makes sense why every time they look at us, right, they say they don't consider us actual founders of the country. All they do, they sit there and they say slave. When they see us, they say slave. That's what they see. That's what they see. That's what they see. Because I've actually looked at comments and been called it myself, slave. So they're actually living in the 1700s still. The globe is living in the 1700s and the 1800s when they look at us. When they look at African Americans, that's what they look. So that's actually to our advantage in a lot of different ways. So while we were over here fighting for everyone's civil rights, everyone else was looking at us as that. That is so wild to me. And now that the same people they were chasing are kicking them out or saying, we're not going to kick you out. And that's another thing. They're saying, we're not going to kick you out, really, if you work in agriculture or in hospitality. They're basically saying, we'll let you stay here if you're working the jobs we need worked. That says a lot. Okay, that says a lot. Okay, and the same people that they're trying to, get proximity to are kicking them out of the country. Which I said that a long time ago in one of my videos. I'm like, y'all don't know what y'all talking about. What's going on? Flip, 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 flip. I don't know what's going on, but as an African American, just use it to your advantage.
Since we're sending out reminders, this is just a friendly reminder that Black Americans are not African. We are not African American, and I'm not saying that as a way to try to disassociate ourselves from our lineage. Yes, we have lineage that comes from the coast of West Africa. Yes, that is a part of our lineage, but we are not African. We are not African American. I really just wish that we would drop that part of the title, because it does not describe in full like really who and what we are. And it also confuses people about our Americanness, and it makes them feel like we are immigrants like the other people that come over here. We're not immigrants. I saw this TikTok from this guy from West Africa. He's like he's living in the United States, and he's like, if I get tired of this place, if I get tired of this country, I can just go home. You guys can't do that. You guys can't go home. Honey, we are home. America is our home. We were born and bred here. There is no other place. There is no other country. It's just here. And this is what I'm saying. We are not immigrants. So that's why just a friendly reminder.
I'm tired of being labeled. I'm an American. I'm not an African American. I'm an American.
Oh, girl, don't set up the Twitter on fire.
I'm sorry.
What?
I'm
sorry.
sorry.
My Lord. What did you just say? Stop the tape right now. Okay.
I will say this.
What?
I mean, I don't know where my roots go to. I don't know how far back they go. I can't go on, I don't know how far back, and I don't know what country in Africa I'm from. But I do know that my roots are in Louisiana. I'm an American. And that's a colorless person, because we're all people. I have lots of things running through my veins.
I mean, you're going to get a lot of flack for saying you're not African American. You know that, right?
I don't label myself.
Okay. So I want you to say what you really mean by that.
What I really mean by that is I'm an American. That's what I really mean. I have darker skin. I have a nice, interesting grade of hair. I connect with Caucasian. I connect with Asian. I connect with Black. I connect with Indian. I connect with each culture.
You are a melting pot in one body.
Aren't we all?
Yes.
Isn't that what America's supposed to be?
Yeah, that's what it's supposed to be.
That's what it's supposed to be. I personally feel that way.
I don't mind the term African American. I don't want to be called African American. What is up? I'm not African.
Stop calling Black Americans African Americans. Going forward, we no longer want people to call us African Americans. That is very rude and disrespectful to us. That go for everybody. Stop calling us African Americans. We are not from Africa. We are from America. My people have been here for thousands of years in America. Long before Columbus came to the Americas, Black people have been the ancient people of this land. We do not accept that word African American. We have detached ourselves from Africa completely. For so many centuries, people have told my people, we don't have no culture. We don't have no culture. Black Americans, we are the most influential people in the world. People want to talk like us. People want to dress like us. People want to play sports like us. People want to do music like us. People want to be in movies like us. We are some of the most powerful people in the world, any country found. I respect all people of the world. The continent of Africa do have good people in their continent. Africa has 54 countries. But many Africans have constantly took shots at my Black Americans when they given the opportunity to come to America to have a better life. Africa has so many great, wonderful resources, but yet and still, you have millions of Africans that try to escape from their own continent, their own lands just to get to America. My whole thing, if Africa, if all them 54 countries so great and special, why do so many Africans always try to escape to America, to come to my land and get our resources or go to school or so-called have a better life? If you so brilliant, why not build up your own lands in the continent of Africa? If you so educated, if you so strong, why not build your own countries up on the great continent of Africa? I don't understand that. We don't want nobody, Black or white, I don't care what country you from, do not call us African Americans. That is disrespectful to FBAs. So going forward, our government is going to officially detach that name from us. It's just a matter of time. So no, my people are not from Africa. My people are from America. My ancestors have been here thousands of years. Everybody, have a great day.
I have a question. Why are we called African American if we ain't go to Africa? Like, what African part are we? Is it because we're Black?
I knew once Cardi said she was Afro-Caribbean, a lot of y'all would have come for her. But if she had straight up said she's African-American, y'all would have still come for her and go, oh no, you Hispanic, you're this, you that. So please stop it. If she had straight up said, I'm African-American, y'all would have come for her. And say, oh, you Spanish. Why are you trying to say you? Come on. Let's be for real. Y'all would have done that. Now let's be clear. Cardi's mother is from Trinidad. Cardi's father is from the Dominican Republic. And y'all keep looking at Cardi's mom, how she presents. And y'all keep saying, oh, you know, her mom is not really black from Trinidad. Have y'all seen Cardi's uncles? When she posts pictures of her family in Trinidad, they're black. I can't tell you in the Caribbean the way. I have cousins that look completely Indian, as in from India. I have cousins or my niece that presents looking white. We're black. We're black. We know exactly who we are. And some of us are mixed. There are some of us that both our parents are black and we come out either Indian presenting, black presenting, white presenting, like people in the Hispanic Spanish family. You could have a daughter who has hair that's a little bit more black, and one with straight hair got blue eyes. The other one is darker with brown eyes. That's just how it is, even here in America. But we're black. We know who we are. We're black. Okay? We're black. Cardi knows who she is, no matter how much you guys, and she's been showing y'all her natural hair. Like, that's my hair before I straighten it. This is my hair. And I've heard so many people try to discuss her mom and try to put her in some box and be like, oh no, she's from Trinidad, but this person moved there. Y'all try it. Y'all really do try it. Because this girl posts pictures with her uncles and stuff. Her uncle is straight up black. A black man. There's a reason why Cardi said specifically, I'm Afro-Caribbean. Both her parents are from the Caribbean. Her father is from Dominican Republic. Her mom is from Trinidad. Cardi speaks Spanish, but she also knows that her mom is from Trinidad. She grew up in a Trinidad household, and also she knows her Spanish background. Like she said, she visited her grandma, stayed with her grandma on her dad's side. She knows both sides of her family, but it is of Caribbean descent. She is Caribbean, born in the United States. You can be Afro-Caribbean, which is what she is, and American. One is her nationality, the other is her ethnicity. Two different things. And I know y'all would come for her. And he's gonna ask her, do you consider yourself white? Hispanic I get, even though Hispanic is very broad. You know, you're not choosing race. And in America, when someone asks you that and try to put you in that box, it's sus. Okay? Hispanic is very broad, but if she had said white, oh, okay. No, I'm Afro-Caribbean. And I know I'm Afro-Caribbean because I know in the Caribbean I could consider myself to be Afro-Caribbean, even though one of my parents and me myself speak Spanish and my mom is from Trinidad. And if somebody were to ask me in Trinidad what I am going to say I'm a Trinidad Dominican Republic. If somebody in Dominican Republic say, who are you? I am Dominican Republic Trinidadian. When they look at me, they know I'm black. That's just how it is in the Caribbean. We don't sit there going, I'm black. A person in the Caribbean going to look at you, okay, I can see that. If I go home, if my daughter were to go home and she speaks and she's born in the United States and I'm not around her and they see her, they'll be like, where you from? My daughter will probably say, I'm from New York. And they'll just accept that. No, they won't go arguing. Are you black? Are you African American? They can see she's black. We do not. It's quite obvious. But y'all don't see that this whole thing they do in America is to segregate and separate and to put us into these small little balls. No one in Europe is going, I am white, I'm white from Spain. I am white from Italy. I am white from this and this and this and that. They're just saying I'm from Europe or I'm from Italy. I'm Italian. I am Spanish. I'm Spaniard. I am from wherever. They're not sitting there trying to break down to you what the color of their skin is. Even though in Portugal, in Italy, and in Spain, and even Greek, because of all the mixing in Greek and all the Africans that were in Greece and all of that, they're racially ambiguous. Y'all get mad about the wrong things, for real. Stop it.
Do you think they lost Africans? They are not lost Africans. They aren't unfinished immigrants. They are not. They are descendants of slavery. They are descendants of warriors and they are survivors. And they are not even borrowing any identity again. Do you hear it? I'm telling Africans now. They are not borrowing the identity again. They don't know anything about your identity. They have been labeled for too long by slave owners, by census forms, by politicians. But now they are speaking for themselves. Don't call them African. Don't call them African Americans. They're not. If they didn't choose it, call them what they are. They are Black Americans with legacy that can't be erased. They are foundational Black Americans. Stop it. I feel bad, honestly. I never called them African Americans before. I always call them Black Americans, even without knowing all of this. But now, me seeing this thing as a topic, I'm worried. Why would people keep calling them what they are not, for crying out loud? They have said it for over and over. You people even never liked us. Okay, even if we are Africans, why did you people sell us? You're not even saying anything about it. You people keep saying they are African Americans. For what? This is even so sad. I am not American, but I feel so bad. You understand? By this thing, it's really sad. You guys, so I want you to drop a heart in the comments. If you're proud to say it loud, say I'm Black American and I know exactly who I am. I am not African American. I support you all 100%. So at this point, it's Global Gist with BJ. My name is BJ. Do not forget to subscribe, like my channel. I am here for you and I love you all. See you on the next one. Bye, guys.